Hey everybody, Doomsday Dom here. Just looking at this beautiful view, taking in that day off that I got. My back was hurting, so I decided to take a moment to shoot. And I thought, it's still the COVID pandemic, and the farm that you see in front of me, or in front of you, is empty and vacant because they pushed back the season into the gates to the garden until May 12th, and that pushes people's seasons back as well. So it's really a crazy perspective of how much land you see in front of you and how much food is going to be basically just what's that word? Starts with the anyway, you gotta edit that one out. But anyway, you just gotta take it in. Anyway, today's episode is on sun paths and how to properly orientate your garden to your position on this planet. Tune in, guys. So the sun in my backyard comes and reaches the horizon at about 5:15 in the morning. Then as it goes, well, it depends on what time of the year. Sometimes it does fluctuate, obviously, but it goes up, arches over, and by about 2:51, during this month, according to the Sun Path app, I'll have that much daytime sun. Depending where they are oriented in the garden, they probably may see more, especially people in that back corner might receive more. Well, they may receive less because they're in the shade right now. So as you can see, just in this area, who's benefiting from that morning sun, who's not benefiting from that morning sun. How do you adapt to those changes? And that's what this episode is about. Tune in. So right now it's almost 9 o'clock, and as you can see, the position of the sun is a little bit higher. I'm just gonna see and check where the shadows are lying in this garden at this point. So the back corner still has quite a bit of covering. Actually, no, it's opened up a bit. Everyone on the right hand side now is getting a lot of that sun that was being blocked because it was just coming over the horizon, being blocked by the buildings. My balcony is now being fully exposed. I'm just gonna pan over so you can see. Even my fun urban garden warrior, she as well has picked a good location to get that sun. So like I said in the previous segments, just make sure you get that, time it so the clock is on for all these plants to photosynthesize. And even afterwards, like, there are scattered photons that plants can collect even though they're not in direct sunlight. It's called indirect sunlight. And it's just good to know what plants do better in what situation. For example, fruiting plants like tomatoes, peppers, they need a lot of this direct sunlight. They need tons of it, just to generate or get that much energy to do and create those sweet fruits that we like and transform in the stages of life. But lettuce, herbs, things that we normally eat in a vegetative state don't need as much energy to go through those, for that stage of life that we want to consume them in. So these are things to consider when planting your garden and following the path of the sun. All right, everybody, so it's about 11 o'clock almost, and I'm just showing, this is a new position of the sun. It's all the same day. And as you can see, the sun, or this garden, is at maximum sunlight at the moment. Everybody is pretty much getting sun, even though even the people in the back are getting their sun. All four corners of this, and I will post along with this a map, a solar map. You can't see through the trees there, but you can definitely get the idea. Even my friend in the corner, I always like to talk about her as well, because everyone, as you can see, is adapting to their growing needs and their position in the plot. Yeah. And I'll have another shot of this and showing you how much sunlight you can actually see that I'm actually getting. But if you can see, look up, the sun is in the middle of the sky. So I just we're gonna get that for a while before it goes behind the building. So I'm just standing at a different angle so you could see how the sun has changed. So right now it's 12:51, about maybe just a minute past, and just as the meter said, it's gonna pass the house soon. Actually, it said it was gonna be past the building at 12:51, but we're getting some, and like I said, every day is different because the earth is moving, seasons are changing. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, I just flipped the screen. That's new information to me. All right, I'm gonna flip it. But as you can see, if you look at the shadows of what I have, you can see right here, I'm getting all that sunlight on the right-hand side. But on the left, all this is now in shadow, you know? All of that is in shadow. So I have to keep that into consideration as I'm gonna, set up how I'm gonna plant things. And I was thinking about maybe putting some PVC pipes here on these side corners, maybe have some vertical towers in one of these two corners. This seems to be the best place to have the most of my plants because it gets most sunlight. Gets sunlight in the morning from over here and all the way up until 12:51 of direct sunlight. After this, let's say 1 o'clock, 2, that's gonna be gone, and we're only gonna get indirect sunlight. So these are very clear things that we have to understand and know as we're planting our gardens. As you can see, a cloud has just covered this garden, and instantly everything in the morning that was getting all that sun has now been, decently shaded, and it's still kind of cold out here. So you really need to be careful when you're gardening in Montreal. We have a very sporadic ruthless climate to deal with. So earlier I came out and I shot, and it was very bright, and my balcony is already kind of shaded. I don't have that much sunlight exposure, only have until 12:51 today, and already there's sun, but it's not as much sun. It's not direct sun for my plants. And I'm back here. This lady though is bold. I like your steez. She don't care. She's like, I don't need to sign up. Man's out here. Yeah. Urban gardeners, we're warriors. Okay, so now, like I said in the previous video, it's now about 1 o'clock. The sun is now directly overhead. I'm gonna try to get that shot. It's above our head, it's shining in my face. So it's right there. And what you can see here is that most of the plots in the garden are getting the maximum sun that they would get. which is fine, which is good. This is what they want. But overall, if as you were looking through all the different videos and timelines of how the sun was traveling through the day, you could see that now, for the first time, every spot on this plot is catching some sunlight. No one's in the shade. Even the shadow on the tree is minimized. So this is peak sun time, but it's just good to know. This is probably going to last for an hour or so. Then the shadows will begin to grow, and especially my building will cast a shadow on these plots at some point, and then we will see how long that will last. But this tends to be the hottest time of day also, so it's always good to keep note of how your leafier plants, lettuce and things are doing. Hopefully they're not getting crisped, burnt, or bolted. But it's also important at this time to put your flowering vegetables out and fruiting plants out, because this is when they are going to absorb all that energy. So just keep that in mind as you're farming. Just panning around so you can see the different paths and where the sun is right now. Yep. So it is now 3:30 and we are fully in the shade. The sun has passed the apartment. As you can see, there goes the sun. And it has passed. And now the shadows have changed. You can see who has, who's in the shade now. Now our friend who was getting all that sun in the morning is now getting a lot of shade. So she's not getting that. She got a little sun right there. Some of her things can still. But that's it for the rest of the day until tomorrow. Unless maybe some sunlight cracks through. But I'll have another video to show you. But for our location, for my balcony, that is it. We're not getting no more sun past 12:51. And that's why I'm telling you guys you have to prepare in advance to know what you're growing and what you can grow with what you have. And I have a shade garden. But as you can see, if I was in this plot in front of me, especially the people here, man, this guy, man, he gets full sun all the time. He's in the best spot right here. Look at that watering. He has a rain water catcher. I mean, no one's in here because of COVID, but I'll be watching and learn those techniques. Eyes of the spying. But other than that, that's it, man. 3:30, no sun at all. It's pretty bright other than here. Are you just tanning? Are you just tracing the sun? Is it time to film? Aye. It's very important to know how to orientate your garden to your sun path. It's one of the main key methodologies needed in gardening. So remember, use the apps that are available, do research on your location, learn about different types of crops, and just make sure you know how to crop and plan your crops properly, and how to orientate your garden to your needs or to your capabilities. And have a nice day. Stay safe out there, guys. And cheerio. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe to see more. And as always, thanks for watching.